It's Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and this is a video in which I'm showing you what I think are the 10 best beers you can buy in the supermarket. Now straight away, straight off the bat, I'm going to say to you guys, you may have a very different top 10 supermarket beers that you could probably suggest to me, and my suggestion to you is to comment in the comments box straight away with what are your top 10 beers of 2024 in the supermarket. Now, of course, it was a very difficult process to be able to pick all of these beers and choose them wisely, because there's beers that I've obviously left out, like the 750 milliliter bottle of Tripel Caramel for £5.50 in Lidl that I bought. I was told in the comments box that you can pick that beer up in Morrison's and Waitrose for £6. That was off the list. Warsteiner Weissbier from Sainsbury's, £2.20 a bottle, fantastic Weissbier, but I chose Franziskaner instead. And the reason why I chose Franziskaner is because it holds its own surprisingly well against beers like Warsteiner and Schneiderweiss. I know that because I put them together and I'm surprised by the result with Franziskaner, how much of a solid beer it is. But the reason why I chose Franziskaner is because it's widely available. You can buy it in lots of supermarkets, not just Warsteiner. You can buy it in Sainsbury's for argument's sake. So availability comes into it as well. Talking about that Tripel Caramel, Belgian triple, yeah, I kind of... This is St. Bernardus Ab 12. Or the Chouffe, an 8% ABV. More widely available beers, I think. And they're more... I think they're more suited to the 330 milliliter bottle format, not just a great big bottle of 8.4% ABV Belgian triple. It's a great beer, by the way, from Brewery Bostilles. In terms of lagers, we could have a big argument about Spanish lager, couldn't we? You know, some of you guys love the Spanish lager. I personally prefer Czech and German lagers, so my choice are Warsteiner, Paulaner, Krombacher and Pilsner Urquell from the Czech Republic. Most notably as well, there's a mission from Budweiser Budvar. That could have been on the list from the Czech Republic. But without further ado, let's stop gassing on. Let's get these beers out into a glass and see what we get. So, also, we've got to throw a can of IPAs, pale ale, into the mix, don't we? And I've chosen North Sputnik Hazy Pale Ale. Of course, there will be a lot of IPA fans out there that will be thinking to themselves, where's the IPAs? Again, this is my personal choice. So let's start pouring beer. Let's just pour them all out, shall we? Franziskaner. I first started drinking Franziskaner Weissbier when it was £1 a bottle in home bargains. You could always buy this for £1. And then it went from £1 to like £1.80. It shot up in price, but it's still a great beer. I think also when the price shot up a little bit, I think the quality did of the beer too. I think the beer improved when the price went up. Franziskaner, what's that, 5% ABV. Pilsner Urquell. This beer changed lagers throughout the world about 200 years ago, because it was the first clear lager in the world. All lager was hazy before this point. Pilsner Urquell were the designers of the filtered beer, the clear lager, and it took the Czech Republic by storm. It really did. There you go. There's Pilsner Urquell. I think this is 4.4% ABV. 4.4% ABV. Three of my favourites from Germany. Krombacher Pils. All of these beers are available on offer in various supermarkets. The lagers, these big bottles of lager, are 3 for £6 in Tesco. You can buy them for 3 for £6 in Morrison's too. And I can imagine Sainsbury's and Asda's do similar deals. Paulaner. I could have added Paulaner Weissbier, couldn't I, to that Franziskaner list. Again, beautiful German beer. Look at that. 4.9% ABV. This is available in Tesco's. I think Marks and Spencer's have it. Probably do some of the other supermarkets too. Probably Sainsbury's. Warsteiner. Love this beer. Love it. Although, every now and again you can get the slight earthy bottle of Warsteiner, which I sometimes find a little bit disappointing, but 9 times out of 10 this beer is on point. It's very good. Is this one earthy? Smells good. Look at my neck, pouring and pouring you. Let's bring them out as they come. North Sputnik Hazy Pale Ale, 5% ABV. When this beer launched into Tesco, the excitement from the IPA fans, because this, I think this launched at something like £1.50 a can, maybe even £2 a can, and it was fantastic. It really was. I've not had it in a long time, but this was my choice of IPA pale ale style beer, hoppy beer from the supermarket. This is my favourite. Duvel. I've not drunk Duvel since that Duvel challenge I did a few years ago. I still couldn't bring myself to buy the other bottle of Duvel, so I bought the triple hop Citra. Still can't. It's one of those like bad memory beers. Not been able to do it. If you haven't watched my live stream of the Duvel challenge, I try and drink 10 Duvels. I failed and apparently I was nearly falling over in the live stream, and I just randomly turned the video off at the, like on beer 8. There's Duvel triple hop Citra. 8.4% ABV. Now this is a fabulous beer. St. Bernardus 12. St. Bernardus. Actually, I'm not sure if they still brew it, but they brew the, well, it was the world's greatest beer, wasn't it? What was that called? St. Bernardus or Rochefort 12. Anyway, this is great stuff. Look at that. Belgian triple. 10% ABV. the Chouffe. %8 ABV. A decent Belgian blonde. Pushing double, I suppose, isn't it? 8% ABV. But there we go. Look at that for a beautiful looking beer. All of the glasses as well. Let's get this last one out. All of the glassware is the glassware that you should use, if you can, for the beers that you're using. It's the beer style glasses for what you want to use. Belgian beer style glasses, Weissbier glasses, lager, proper lager glasses. 8.4% ABV, Delirium Belgian strong beer. Brewery Hugh in Belgium. Lovely brewery. I've been there. There's hop plants as you approach, as you go through the drive of the brewery. Loads. It's like a 15-foot tall hop plants either side of you as you drive through. We went through on a minibus and it was fantastic. Really good. And there's the Delirium. So of course I'm not going to start with an 8.4% ABV Delirium Tremens. I think I'm probably going to start with a nice lager. So here we go then. Warsteiner. One of my favourites. Beautiful, beautiful looking lager. Golden in colour, aroma. Yeah, beautiful. Got that little bit of earthiness coming through. But just all malt lager. All of the German beers conform to the Reinheitsgebot, which is the German purity law. To call a beer in Germany, to be able to call it a beer, it can only be brewed with malt, hops, yeast and water, by law. No junk goes in the German beer. This is good. That lovely kind of malty, reassuring biscuitiness of a German beer. Next up, let's go to the Czech Republic. Pilsner Urquell. Historic beer in that it was the first clear beer. Ooh, a little bit buttery, this one. Interesting. Yeah. But fantastic bitterness on the back end. Touch of diacetyl here. I seem to remember Pilsner Urquell always having this tiny bit of diacetyl in the beer. I think it's part of the character of their beer. But very good. Great drinkability, 4.4% ABV, fantastic all malt Czech lager from a historic brewery. We'll drink the lagers, we'll rate the lagers. We'll work out what's my favourite. Next up, Paulaner Munich Helles Lager. Fantastic drinkability. Beautiful drinking beer. A bit better than the Pilsner Urquell. The Pilsner Urquell, that slight kind of buttery taste is slightly off-putting. Good carbonation, fantastic drinkability. I could stand here and drink this all afternoon. And then probably to my favourite. This is the beer that this is my Saturday afternoon beer, my Saturday evening beer. Krombacker Pils. Good carbonation, good clear look to the beer. Oh, it's just so clean. It's so clean. Oh, yeah, it has that little touch of sweetness there just to balance off the hops. Nice and bitter on the back end. Yeah, this for me is excellent, excellent quality lager. So let's do a mini rating. Out of the 4 lagers. In 4th place in the lagers is probably Pilsner Urquell. It's just got that slight buttery. I'm going to sip it again. That slight buttery taste. Breathe it in too. I don't ever remember Pilsner Urquell. No, I do, because the last time I had it in the bottle, I remember it having a little bit of diacetyl. But years ago, I went to a Pilsner Urquell event in Cardiff, and I drank gallons of this stuff. London. It was not Cardiff. It was London. I drank gallons of it, and it was fantastic. But it has that slight butteriness. Fantastic bitterness though, real fantastic bitterness coming through. But I don't generally get on very well with diacetyl. I don't like diacetyl in beer. It's the sign of a small infection, to be honest. Strange that Pilsner Urquell are producing beer of that ilk to have that slight infection in their beer. But their beer drinking public probably love it. 4th place, Pilsner Urquell. 3rd place, Warsteiner. 2nd place, Paulaner. 1st place, Krombacher. Krombacker Pils. Right, where do we go next? Let's do Weissbier. This is the only Weissbier that I have on the list today. Most people on the channel know that I'm a massive fan of Weissbier, massive fan of Weiss, and I mean, it's probably my, along with the Krombacher, my beer of choice. Great look, nice and hazy. Just love that bananery. Franziskaner Weissbier seems to be getting better and better and better as the years go on. Beautiful bananery, clovey aroma. Superb taste. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth. It's creamy, it's rich, it's wheaty, it's malty, it's just fantastic. There's a little bit of bitterness on the back end from the hops, but it's banana and cloves. Beautiful. And that all comes from the yeast strain, that banana and clove. So far, German beer is dominating. Next up, Pale Ale. pardon me. Sputnik, North Brewing Company. Looks really, really good in the glass. Pale and hazy and straw coloured. Lovely, juicy, hoppy aroma. Grapefruit and orange peel. Fleshy blood orange. A little bit of passion fruit and mango. Cheers. I'm trying to get a burp out. Still a beautiful beer. If I want a pale ale, if I want an IPA from the supermarket, I'm generally going to Tesco's and I'm picking up North Sputnik. It's just a reliable old friend of a pale ale. It's always there to put an arm around you. Fantastic. Right. I'm really filling up with beer, but I'm on to the Belgians. Now these beers should release some of that trapped wind that I have. So the Chouffe is 8% and Duvel triple hop is 9.5. Whoa. Wow, did you see that? Literally put in a tiny bit of the bottle and exploded. Let's do the Chouffe. There's something really wonderful about a strong Belgian ale. It's the combination of the sweetness. I love variety of beer. This is what I do. I've just drank some fantastic lager. I've drank a fantastic pale ale. I've drank a banana-y Weissbier. There's that carbonation. I needed that. I was getting a bit panicky with a trap wind. Do you ever get like that? A bit like, ooh. There we go. It's definitely out now. That is absolutely fantastic. A little bit of sweetness in there to start with. It's Belgian candied fruit, I call it, and it's just wonderful. It gives you a little bit of a hug from the inside out with that warmth, with that 8% ABV. Great drinkability, a little bit of a creamy, rich mouthfeel, bitterness on the back end. It's a beautiful beer, the Chouffe. Big, beautiful, beautiful beer. You can buy cherry Chouffe if you want, the cherry version of this beer. I prefer the blonde double version of the beer, to be honest with you. Let's go over to Delirium from Brewery Hugh, 8.4% ABV. Dry, spicy, peppery. That is fantastic. Very, very similar to the Chouffe. I would say it's a little bit more hoppier than the Chouffe. It's a little bit more spicy and dry on the finish, but an equally good beer. If you like your strong Belgian beers, pick this up. I think these beers, the Belgian beers are something like £3 for £6. Right. Let's get to this slightly lively Duvel triple hop. Again, not had Duvel since the Duvel challenge. Here we go. That was about 5 years ago. Oh, it's hoppy. Triple hop. Triple hop Citra. Oh, it's got that Belgian dryness coming through. I'm in the groove now. I've just hit that groove. I was struggling with the carbonation. It might have been the lagers. I was struggling with that initial trap carbonation. I was like, oh my God, I might have to stop, pause the video and come back after I've gone off camera and got rid of the burps. But I'm glad I carried on. Oh. Sensational. That Citra hop is bringing out a lemony, limey, slight kind of mixed fruits, almost like a mixed fruit jam flavour. Again, being a Belgian beer, high levels of carbonation, pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth. It's fantastic. The drinkability is incredible for an 8.4% ABV. No, this is 9.5. 9.5%. It's dangerously drinkable. It really is. There's no suggestion whatsoever of that 9.5%. That is fantastic. I'm actually preferring this over the Chouffe and the other one. What was the other one? The Delirium. It's just got that lovely dryness to it, spicy, peppery, and then that hop finish. Oh, that clinical hoppy finish to the beer is fantastic. Last but not least, I'll put that at the back of the way. Last but not least is, do you know, I still can't remember that beer, the best beer in the world. Why can't I remember that? Probably because I'm thinking about St. Bernardus at 12. Oh, what was that beer from Belgium? Something 12. I'm thinking Rochefort, I'm thinking Westmalle. I can't get it through into my, I can picture it, but I can't find the name. All of the details of the beers on the bottle cap. Oh, comment in the comments box. This is St. Bernardus 12. This is a sensational beer to be able to pick up in Tesco. 10% ABV. Pick it up in Tesco. And here it is. Belgium. This is between a treble and a quad, I'd say. Quads are normally 11-12% ABV. Trebles are 9%, 10% ABV. So this is kind of in between. Some people might call this a quad. It's got that colour of a quad, that dark brown rich colour. Oh, just wonderful. Super rich, super kind of raisiny, plummy, figgy, prune-like. Oh, rich, darker malts coming through. Cheers, everybody. Makes your eyes want to roll round in the back of your head, this one. It's just decadent. It's like a rich, dark forest gatto of a beer that isn't a dark forest gatto, it's an actual beer. It's just rich and plum-like and mixed fruit-like, mixed jam-like and malty and grainy with a bit of bitterness. Fantastic drinkability. Oh, spicy and rich and peppery and oh, I'm in the groove now. It took me a while, this did. I'll be honest with you, I was drinking those lagers to begin with, thinking, why am I feeling so full up? If I put another glass of beer to my mouth, I'm going to explode. And then I just burped my way through it. Sensational, sensational beer. Raisins and plums and prunes and figs. But I have to make a choice. I have to make a choice now between the Belgian beers. I can't emphasize enough how good the Duvel Citra is. The Duvel Citra is tremendous. Let's rule out, first of all, let's say the Chouffe and the Delirium are very similar beers. They're both very good, but on a personal level, I think it's a battle between the Belgian beers in the supermarket between Duvel Citra, triple hop Citra, and St. Bernardus 12. Two completely different beers, but we need one winner out of this Belgian battle. Here we go. I'm just loving that Citra. Just loving that Citra hop combined with that kind of overly carbonated Belgian beautiful sweetness that comes through. It's just wonderful. It's like overly candied, strangely kind of hoppy Belgian beautiful dark light strong ale. 9.5%. This is 10%, so there's only 0.5% between the two beers. It's beautiful, but equally so is the St. Bernardus. This is a real treasure trove of a beer. It's so close, but I'm going to give it to St. Bernardus. St. Bernardus. So, we've worked out which are the best German lagers, German and Czech lagers, on my personal opinion in the supermarket. That was Krombacher. This is going to be a really strange test now, because I'm going to be putting the best lager to the best Weissbier to the best pale ale IPA to the best Belgian dark strong ale. Blimey, it's carbonated. I suppose I need to ask myself a question here. Maybe the best way to see this is if you're to drink 4 beers on a night, maybe you go Krombacher, and all of these beers are easily available through Tesco's and Sainsbury's and Morrison's and Asda. I'll have a Krombacher lager, followed by a Franziskaner Weissbier. Followed by a wonderful pale ale from North Brewing Company. Brilliant. Followed by a great Belgian quad to finish, and then it's bedtime. 10% ABV. Oh. But to pick a winner out of all of these beers, all of them, they're all top 10. They're all top 10. I could go with the St. Bernardus, which my heart is really pulling me in that direction to say yes, just say St. Bernardus. But then there's an unpractical, it's slightly unpracticable. Can't speak. It's not very practical. Practical. What is the matter with me? It's 10%. You know what I'm trying to say. I can't find a word. What's the matter with me? Practical. Oh. The Krombacher lager is my kind of sensible Saturday night pint. So is the Franziskaner, for that matter. I buy so much Franziskaner. I probably buy at least 10 bottles of Franziskaner a month. So times that by 12, that's 100. I go through 120 bottles of Franziskaner Weissbier a year. Minimum. I only ever buy some Bernardus Ab 10 to review. I never go, ooh, I'm going to buy some Ab 10. Drink 4 bottles and watch a movie. It's not that sort of beer, is it? It depends what mood you're in. If you're talking fireplace 1 beer, it's probably going to be the St. Bernardus. But then again, you've got your pale ale lovers out there as well. Your pale ale lovers are going to love the Sputnik from North Brewing Company. I'm tied between, this is probably the biggest decision I've ever made in my beer drinking life. I'm tied between all 4. I still can't believe that Duvel triple hop Citra was as good as it was. But I'm going to say, because of the 120 bottles of beer a year that I drink from Franziskaner Brewery, that it's my personal winner. It's my personal winner. It's the beer that I probably drink the most of. And I'm unashamed by that. I love the stuff. So that's the result for me on a personal level. I'd love to see your comments, your rankings. I'd love to see if there was even any different beers here on this list that you would have chosen that I've not chosen. I want to hear your thoughts on the beers that I've chosen and where they rank in your listing. Let's do it. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.